you, baby. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Oh, you are one busy woman.
Yes.
You are so busy. You got the new movie, Unforgettable, which we're going to talk about in a second.
Yeah.
You play Claire Temple in Luke Cage, which I love. And now you're going to be in all the Marvel shows on Netflix.
Yeah.
Do you know the whole story when you're on set? Do you know everything that's going on in the Marvel universe?
No. They don't tell you anything as well. Like, it's really interesting. You know, normally doing film, you get a script, you know exactly what you're going to do, and that's what you're agreeing to, and maybe some changes, but in general, that's what it is. This, I said, yes, I'm playing Claire Temple for Daredevil. 5 shows later, my character's I'm in China, I'm doing all this kind of stuff. I had no idea that's what I was signing up for.
So if you want to see what happens, do you actually, like all of us, watch at home? Do you binge watch? How do you catch up on what's happening?
Oh yeah, like my character, we've had so many premieres of the different shows, and most of the time my character doesn't show up until like episode 4 or 5. So I keep going to these premieres that I'm not in. My friends are like, once again, you killed it. They're like, where are you? And they're like, can't wait till I can see you and binge it on the weekend. But it's like, it's weird because every show I've been on, the first script I get is the first script that I'm in. So every time I've watched the season, when it's come out, I have to binge it as well because I don't know what happens in the beginning part. They're so secretive. It's crazy. It's
we have some good news for you because here at GMA we specialize in studies that tell you, that reinforce you, help you do what you want to do anyway.
Exactly.
So now we've got a study at West Virginia University. Binge watching is good for you.
Oh,
see?
Yeah, really?
The professor actually makes the claim that it will make you smarter.
I like that.
Yeah, it's
That's
not bad,
so interesting. Yeah, it's when you binge watch, you're watching, you know, most of these shows, there's about 13 of them, so it's like 13 hours of entertainment. You're basically reading, it's like reading a book, but watching it and listening to it instead.
That's what my kids tell me.
So it's very, you know, you get like such a meandering story rather than like all those cuts and turns and, you know, the things that don't necessarily sometimes make sense in an hour and a half because you have to cut so much stuff out. You get to have that robust story with all the different characters, so you really get immersed in a world, you know, so you learn stuff. You really get into
binging is good, people.
I'm down with that. That's why, you know, it started when people were sick. People like, you know, binge watching was a thing only when people I got sick this weekend, so I caught up on. And now people just do it, and I'm like, I'm at work, and I can't sleep because I binge watched all night. But it's like that, it's a new way that people watch stuff. It's amazing.
So I don't know if you've noticed, we have a new studio audience.
I see.
There was one member of the audience that sort of looked like you. Mama's here!
I was like, where is she? There's Mommy! Hey, Mommy!
And she was just telling me that you, as a little girl, used to love to sing while you vacuumed.
Oh, yeah. I've had so many of moments of just like fright where I'm like in it, I want to break free, and I'm like in my whole thing vacuuming the same spot like for an hour. It's like threadbare over here and filthy over here, and I'm like, and then Mom would just like peek in. I'd be like so freaked out because you know, you just think that you're just in your own little music video that I used to make in my head. He was the first person to meet me. He's not my biological dad, but he was the first person to meet me that wasn't biological. I was 2 weeks old, and he came downstairs and he was describing it, and he said he remembers coming down and looking at me in the bassinet, and I was like just happy by myself, and then all of a sudden I looked at him, and he said it was like her with the world, she's got a lot that she's going to be doing. Like, he just had all these visions, and I'd never heard that from him. He just told me that recently, and then he ended up, they got married when I was 1 year old, and so I didn't grow up with a single parent like I would have had because my biological father stepped out. I have my dad, and my dad's always been there for me, and it's wonderful having my parents support all these years. It's a big deal.
World. Is there one superhero that you would love to play?
Well, I always wanted, like, you know, I'm always talking about She-Hulk. I'm always talking about my little things. My mom was always Wonder Woman, like, my mom was 6 foot, pretty much since she was, like, 13 years old. So, like, when I was a kid, the first time I heard Brick House, I was like, that's my mother's, like, a major campaign that's going on, and I'm calling it major because I think it is, but there's a whole campaign that's going on online.
You ready? Billy, relax. Okay?
One of the most brilliant actresses I've ever worked with, and I mean that whole scene, I'm with Cheryl and Katie Heigl, it was like ridiculous. This would be in trouble, yeah, me too.
Well, you know what? One of the taglines for this movie is, today, everybody enjoy it, Rosario Dawson.